A map of the world slowly fades in, highlighting a silent global conflict over energy. Images of soldiers, missiles, and battlefields are shown, then fade away to emphasize this is a different kind of war. A glowing energy symbol emerges, representing the true battlefield energy. China is highlighted on the map as the nation taking a decisive lead. Other nations are shown in debate, arguing over climate commitments and renewable targets. Scenes of old nuclear reactors being shut down in Western countries due to fear and politica. China is depicted quietly building the foundation of a future energy empire. A montage of nuclear reactors, power plants, and construction sites in China. Text overlays the world's most powerful and misunderstood technology, nuclear energy. A visualization of global electricity demand, skyrocketing cities, factories, and technology expanding rapidly. Artificial intelligence is shown as a glowing network, consuming massive amounts of energy. Solar panels and wind turbines are depicted, but their intermittent nature is highlighted. Fossil fuels are shown as unstable and polluting, with images of oil tankers and smokestacks. China's leadership realizes the need for a powerful, scalable, and reliable energy source. Nuclear energy is chosen as the solution. A timeline shows the United States taking decades to build a single reactor. Europe is depicted shutting down nuclear plants amid protests and political debates. China is shown streamlining approvals and mobilizing state companies. Rapid construction scenes, concrete pouring, reactors being assembled, engineers at work. Thousands of engineers are trained and deployed. China's nuclear program grows at unprecedented speed. Western nations are depicted in endless meetings and writing reports. China's progress is largely ignored by the rest of the world. China studies global nuclear technologies, analyzing blueprints and systems. Engineers improve upon existing designs, discarding what doesn't work. The creation of the Hualong-1 reactor is dramatized. The Hualong-1 is shown as safer, cheaper, and faster to build. International interest grows. Pakistan, Argentina, and European countries order Chinese reactors. China transitions from a buyer to a global exporter of nuclear technology. China invests billions in advanced nuclear technologies. Thorium molten salt reactors are introduced as a futuristic concept. Scientists debate the feasibility of thorium reactors, considering them decades away. China pushes forward with thorium research and development. China's vast thorium reserves are highlighted. In 2021, China launches the world's first operational thorium test reactor. Global scientists are shocked by China's rapid progress. China leaps decades ahead of its rivals. China begins developing small modular reactors, SMRs. SMRs are shown as compact, factory-built, and easily transportable. Scenes of SMRs powering towns, industrial zones, islands, and military bases. China builds its first commercial SMR at record speed. Dozens more SMRs are prepared for deployment. China is depicted mass-producing SMRs. The United States and Europe are shown struggling with political debates and regulatory delays. Aging infrastructure and public fear slow Western nuclear projects. China unifies government, industry, and science toward energy dominance. China achieves strategic advantages, powering industries, transportation, and military independently. China is no longer vulnerable to foreign oil or gas supply shocks. China's nuclear energy stability is contrasted with the instability of other nations. Global geopolitics shift as countries buying Chinese reactors become dependent on China. Maintenance, fuel, and long-term cooperation tie nations to China. Nuclear export is shown as a form of influence and soft power. China builds more nuclear reactors than the rest of the world combined. By 2030, China is projected to surpass the US in nuclear capacity. By 2040, China is expected to have the world's largest and most advanced nuclear network, a diverse network, traditional reactors, SMRs, thorium reactors, floating reactors, and industrial heat systems. China invests in nuclear fusion, racing against American and European labs. Fusion projects are shown advancing rapidly in China. If China wins the fusion race, it will define the next century. China develops floating nuclear power plants for remote islands and maritime territories. Nuclear-powered cargo ships and industrial parks are introduced. Reactors designed for large-scale hydrogen production are depicted. These technologies reshape global trade, manufacturing, and energy markets. The world is shown distracted by politics, crises, and controversies, while others react. China plans while others delay. China builds. China masters nuclear power as others debate its dangers. China stands at the center of a new era. Energy is the currency of power. Nations with weak energy systems face decline. Those without nuclear struggle. China's massive nuclear ecosystem prepares it for the next century. China's victory is attributed to vision, execution, and national commitment. The race for the future is underway, with China far ahead, while the world is only now starting to understand how far behind it has fallen.